Hi everyone, welcome to the Shobitam trunk show. This is the first trunk show of this very special month, November. Let's give it a few minutes to allow more folks to join in. We have a very special collection today. We don't really have like a featured category because we put so many things together today. The saris are right in front of me. We have our Kanjivarams, very beautiful Kanjivarams, in fact some very unique designs. We have fresh designs of raw silks, Banarsi raw silks, and they are so beautiful this time of the year. Raw silk has a special property of absorbing light, and it's got that nice matte texture which is perfect for fall and winter. We also have a printed organza, some printed tussar silks. Alongside we have our pure tussars with contrast borders, quite a few of them actually. We have Sambalpuri ikats in very fascinating patterns. We have more Banarsis. We have some fusion saris, actually we're going to start off with that. And then we have the Upada weave. The Upada silk cotton, the Upada tissue and the Upada pure silks. So let's just give it another 30 seconds and we'll get started. So November, like I said, is a very special month. Thanksgiving falls this month. It is a month where, we think of gratitude. We are thankful for, all the good things that happen to us, the people, the circumstances, a lot of the things that we actually take for granted. So the code for today, the special discount code for today is gratitude. So, every time we think of the word gratitude, we have to really think of all the things that we are thankful for. So that's why we chose this particular code today. So the code is gratitude. And on this very sweet note, let's finally get started. We are going to start off with a very special collection of Jugalbandi saris. Now, we've had Jugalbandi saris in Shobitam before. You've had a chikankari with Kanjivaram fusions. You've had Kantha with Kanjivarams and all that. Today we have something very unique, very standout. We've just taken the Jugalbandi quotient to a whole new level. And you're going to see that right now. So the very first sari is this beautiful blue. It's a scintillating one. This is like a pure silk sari. And you would not have seen anything like this because there is only one of a kind. So this is a pure silk sari. It's decorated with very unique Kantha hand embroidery. Look at this. And it's a nice blue dual tone. Look at the bootas. It's all done with hand Kantha. The bootas are done with Kantha. The borders are done with Kantha. And look at the pallu. Then there are lots of surprises that the sari has. It's got these beautiful Banarsi brocade borders. Look at the front border. Look at the back side border. There are like so many elements that have been put together, very fine details to make the sari truly stand out. Look at the pallu. This is Kantha. This is a Banarsi brocade border. Look at the back side. Now, next surprise is the Patli pallu. Now, the Patli pallu is actually made in your muslin fabric. And that's not all, it's got these dainty sequins. And look at the Kantha that's actually appliqued on it. So very standout. And then the rest of the sari is like this. So truly a statement piece sari. And so the way it would work is, this muslin part with the Kantha would be in the pleats area, and then this would be on top. And look at this, very beautiful, very standout, very exotic piece. And look at the very rich pallu. It's not your short pallu, the entire pallu, right from your shoulder till the end has beautiful work. Dense Kantha, the motifs on the border, the Banarsi brocade. Look at this, and it's such a lovely color for the Kantha work to flourish. So here is your very beautiful first standout sari. And for everybody who's new, the way Shobitam trunk shows work is, every sari that is being showcased today, the link is actually being posted. All the saris that have been released today, the ones that I'm showing and the ones that I'm not showing, the entire trunk show collection for today is on this very special page called shobitam.com/live. Now, if you go to this particular page, you will see all the saris that are being showcased. You will see the prices in your currency, you will see additional pictures, details, all of that. And many of you ask prices during the live show. The only reason why we do not give out the price is because there are so many of you around the world who are watching it. And you know, if you just log onto the website, you'll get it all by yourself. You're very, very, very price transparent. It's all there on the website, nothing changes. So that's how we work. And then during the trunk show, we have this very special code, and today's special code is gratitude. Okay, the next Jugalbandi sari. It's again a very beautiful one. It's your Maheshwari sari, and today's show we titled it Weaves of India. We really wanted to call it the weaves and textile art forms because not every sari is about the weave. Something could be about the embroidery, something could be about the a particular type of part print or a painting. So we wanted to showcase all of it. So the next Jugalbandi sari is a tissue Maheshwari, and it's a beautiful scarlet color, a red and a gold. Look closely at it. So this is your Maheshwari tissue sari, and something very unique has been done on this. It has been appliqued with your Jamawar brocade, your Banarsi Jamawar brocade, and it's got this beautiful handwork done on it. So it's very standout, very unique, absolutely one of a kind. So here is a sari, look at the tiles, and this is what a single layer looks like, and when you drape it, it is like this. So lovely scarlet color, tissue Maheshwari sari, green borders. Look at the zari work. This is completely hand woven and appliqued by hand. So appliqued by hand, handwork done, and then very complementary colors. So there is a green border, so the work is in green, a lovely henna green, and look at this beautiful pallu that has actually been appliqued to add that unique statement element to it. So very standout sari. You know, when you wear these kind of saris that nobody's seen before, people are going to ask. So here is your next very, very, very pretty standout sari. And the link is being posted. On Instagram, the links, you don't have clickable links, so we post the codes. All you have to do is enter those codes on shobitam.com and you'll get the sari details. So here is the very next sari. Moving on to a third one, there's actually one sari which in this collection which I did not bring with me today, but it is there available on the website. It's a lovely ikat raw silk sari, and the bottom, you know, look at the sari that I'm wearing. So the bottom here is a blue floral and the top is a lovely kalamkari with your figure motifs, right? So it's got your Ramayana theme. Similarly, there is a sari which I did not bring, but it's a beautiful sari. The lower half is an ikat raw silk in a subtle grey, and the top is a brilliant navy blue gaji silk with hand bandhani. And again, it's decorated with beautiful Banarsi borders with a mustard contrast. It's a very beautiful sari. Now let's take a look at this charm. It's a Maheshwari silk cotton. And look at the borders. These are not your regular borders, very, very unique borders. The colors are very pleasing. These are your English colors. And a beautiful rose with these block prints. Look at the woven borders in silver. This is silver. This is your silver zari and a grey selvage. And this is your blouse piece. And best of all, it's got this tissue pallu woven very uniquely. You don't get to see these type of saris. And then this is how this sari drapes. It's very effortlessly elegant. There's not much that you have to do with it. And we've dressed the blouse piece, which is a tissue blouse piece, with Banarsi brocade borders. So it's very subtle, very elegant, yet very standout. So here is your next sari. This is the blouse piece. Alright, moving on to a very unique dupatta, also from the same collection. And look at this pitchwai foil print motifs on the dupatta. So this is your Chanderi silk cotton and ivory. You cannot go wrong with an ivory shade. And look at these Nandi motifs in gold foil print. And look at the two bulls in silver. So it's very minimal yet very stylish. So here is your next sari, and with the pitchwai motifs, your cow, your lotus, and it's been dressed with this Banarsi silk cotton brocade border. So small details to make this dupatta stand. Now we are going to move on to our featured collection of raw silks. We have some very charming raw silks today. I personally love peacock blue. Here is a beautiful peacock blue and green. It's like a turquoise and green actually. There's another peacock blue waiting, but I chose this one first. Look at this. So raw silks are a hot trend, like I said, this time of the year. And raw silks have that beautiful matte texture. Look at the weave closely. They are very uneven, and that's the rustic charm of it. And this one has antique zari, raw silks, dupions. They all typically come with raw silks because the fabric is much thicker, so the zari is also much thicker, so it matches. This is the pallu, and it has a rangkat style brush dye work done on it. So this is your ada or the diagonal stripes in antique zari. So your oxidized antique zari, which is actually a very hot trend these days. And it's very lightweight, very comfortable, and property of tassels and raw silks, these are called wild silks. One property is, you can be very comfortable in them all through the year. So it's not like, they are for summer or winter, they keep you comfortable year long. So here is your rangkat style in very complementary colors. There's like turquoise, there is like a green and a deeper shade of a blue. So they're basically 3-4 colors in it, 4 beautiful colors interspersed by the antique zari. So here is your first rangkat style sari in pure raw silk. The link is being posted. The next one is a pink and lavender. And look at this. It's got very beautiful shades again. There is this lavender or a mauve shade, then there is a pink, there is a rose, and then they alternate. Also a rangkat style. This is the pallu. These are borderless saris, so the pattern does the talking, and here is how the sari looks. And these would look very elegant with a deep complementary, actually a contrasting velvet blouse. So here is your very next sari. And speaking of blouses, we are happy to do any blouse for you. So every Shobitam sari that you purchase, you have the option to add custom blouse stitching with it. The option is on the website, and we make it at a flat rate for you. Any pattern of your choice, in your measurements, as long as the fabric permits, we do it at one flat rate. And if you want additional work like hand work, mugham work, zardosi, cut work, we can make all of those happen as well. So we have karigars who work in house, and many of you have tried it, loved it. So a sari is not complete without the blouse. So I strongly suggest that if you've not tried the custom blouse stitching yet, please do try it. So here is your next sari. Now another sari also in the rangkat style, because I wanted to really show the series. A deeper color. This color sort of reminds of all the beautiful fall colors, a deep pink, purple, red, the colors of beautiful fall leaves. And here is a sari. Look at this. And because it's a darker color, the zari really flourishes. And here is the sari. All our saris come ready to wear with fall and pico done, and all our silks come with these beautiful tassels like how I have. These saris, because they just came fresh off the loom, they are yet to be processed, but they will be before they are shipped out. So here is the next sari. I think it looks very pretty. Another very charming sari is this striped one. Now these are all brush dyed, so the dye is actually done using your hand with a brush. And then this is again shades of green, shades of blue and green, and then it's got these horizontal stripes, your antique zari on the side. And along the same lines, we have this, which is actually a slightly more subtle color. This one is a little brighter one. This is actually a more subtle one. Okay, this color is such a charmer. Look at this, such a charmer. It's your deep copper sulfate blue, and it's got not the antique gold zari, but this one's got antique silver zari, which looks very beautiful against it. Look at this. And it's got these small floral buttas that have that light shimmer, just the right amount of shimmer. And you know, as I'm showing the sari, as I'm looking at the sari on screen, I feel that this would make a perfect anarkali too. So if you want your saris converted to lehengas, anarkalis, which many of you do, I think this would be a very nice one. So here is your next sari in copper sulfate blue. Look at the pallu. Here is a sari when it is straight, and this is how this looks. The next one is the exact opposite. It's a very bright chartreuse color. Look at this, a very bright chartreuse color. Also with silver zari. Look at the borders closely. And this one actually comes with contrasting blouse piece. And it comes with a deep teal contrast and the zari border. Look at the zari border. It's got a white zari border. And this is how this particular sari looks. Look at this. So it's this bright color, you know. You can really mark your presence with this beautiful sari. Okay. I'm going to show you two more before we move on to our organzas. Now, this one is a purple. You cannot go wrong with purple. I honestly feel that the most common color in our Banarsis is purple because they do really, really well. You cannot go wrong with them. And here is a lovely purple. It's got vertical stripes, and the border has these antique zari mandalas. So here is your next sari, and this is how this particular sari looks like when it is straight. So here it is. Next is your onion color sari. Actually a deep mauve onion color, and this one actually has meenakari borders. This is the top side border with your munia motifs. Look at this. Banarsi saris have, you know, influences from all over India. So this is your munia motifs on the top, small buttas on the body, and very pretty meenakari border on the bottom. And look at this stunning pallu. Very, very rich, stunning pallu. And this is how this particular sari drapes like. So here is your next sari. I think it's a very pleasing color. Dusky colors are in, and here, very unique, very charming sari. Alright, so we're going to move on to our organzas, and after organzas, we're going to move on to our tussar silks. And then of course we have our kanjivarams, and then we have our bandhanis, sambalpuris, and more. Alright, so organzas it is. Now, look at this very charming organza. These are your contemporary Banarsi saris. They have the classic element, which is basically your zari work. So Banaras is about the rich zari work, colors, and the contemporary element in this is the fabric, the sheer crispy fabric, the organza fabric. Now this is pure silk organza, which means it's not synthetic. It's not processed from polyester. These are actually derived from pure silk. So it's pure silk that's actually processed into this beautiful organza fabric, which gives it that crisp texture. At the same time, it doesn't make it too stiff. So, you know, it doesn't feel like, you know, it's just standing. It drapes very nicely around you. It's a very beautiful fabric, loved by women all over the world. Now, here is the first one. It's like your mint, a very, very light mint green. Look at how pleasing this color is. It's got floral motifs all over and a lovely zari border here. And look at how wispy, how light the texture is. Very fairy tale like. So here is your next sari. And it's got this nice floral print. Now these prints are nice ones. You know, sometimes you see saris that have tacky prints, you know, these are not one of those. So very elegant prints, and the color is very subtle. And this is the blouse piece. This is the blouse piece for the sari. Of course, it will be cut, separated, fall and pico done before it's shipped out. So here is your next sari. Next up is a yellow, lovely yellow. Look at this. And a single layer, of course, looks much lighter. And this is the sari, this is the pallu. And this is how this particular sari looks like when it is stripped. So here is your next sari. This one has smaller prints. They're closer together. And again, like I said, these are very elegant prints. Look at this. Very, very pretty prints. And here is the sari. Here is the sari. And this is the pallu. And I really love this fabric. It feels really good to the touch. And this is your sari. And this is the blouse piece for that sari. So, and of course we have a full collection. We have more saris in this particular range. What I'm showing you is just a small sample set to give you a perspective of, you know, what the fabric looks like, what the different colors look like. And of course we have many, many more. Look at this. This is a blush pink, a lovely blush pink. It's like a cream with just a tint of pink in it. Look at this, a lovely blush pink. Look at the zari borders. It's your water zari, so it's not your loud screaming gold. And look at the very elegant florals on it, peonies in this one. And this is how this particular sari looks like. Of course, a single layer would look like this. They are semi-sheer and very crisp, very nice to wear. So here is your next sari. Now we're going to continue with digital prints, but digital prints on tussar. So Banarsi, what I showed you was Banarsi organza. We're going to move on to digital prints on tussar silk. Actually, there is one more organza, and look at this. This I thought looked like tussar from far, but it's actually an organza, and it comes in a beautiful pitch white design, and it's a digital print. It's like a camel color, a light brown camel color, and beautiful lotus and lotus pod motifs, and light zari work. Look at this. This is your blouse piece, and here is the pallu. Here is the pallu. So here is the pallu. Look at this in a contrast, lovely contrast. Look at this, and it looks very nice, feels very good. And here is your next sari. Okay. Now we are going to get to tussars. I wanted to show you one tussar sari. Of course we have more, but just to give you a feel, here is one sari, a tussar sari, also with pichwai digital print. Now the beauty of tussar is its uneven texture. There's something very rustic about tussars, which is why women love it. And look at this lovely florals that are coming from the bottom going all the way to the top. Very muted, very understated. And here is your sari. This is your pallu. And look at the drape. You know, it's not stiff. It's not, you know, it's for those of you who are not comfortable wearing transparent saris, you know, this is perfectly comfortable, very, very comfortable sari. So here is your sari, and this is how it drapes. And look at this, very effortlessly elegant sari. All right. Now we are going to move on to our tussar silks, and I'm going to show you something very special. Look at all these tussars. They look exactly the same, right? But they're not. Look at this. We have them in so many different color borders. These are your natural color. They're called pura color, pura, or your natural color tussars. This is the unbleached color. Okay, when it is bleached, it becomes white, and then you dye it into different colors. The yarn is dyed into different colors. This is tussar in its raw form, and then it's woven with these stunning borders, and I'm going to show you them one by one. We're going to make it quick. Now, here is the first one, your Kora color with your magenta. And the borders and the pallu is woven in satin. So this is satin, pure silk satin, and this is your pure tussar. It's got antique zari, and look at the blouse piece. So the blouse piece has satin and zari border. So Banarsi saris are almost always woven with zari on one side. And I'm saying this because some of you request for blouses with zari on the sleeves, zari on the back. But with the Banarsi, we can do, zari on one side only. So here is your first sari. Look at how elegant it looks, and that's the beauty of it. So here is your first sari in a lovely tussar color, in your Kora color, and with magenta borders. And I'm going to quickly show you what the other colors look like. Here is a blue, and this is like your navy blue. A Kora with a navy blue combination. Look at this. I just want to show you, just to give you a feel of what these different color combinations look like. So here is the first one. Sorry, here's your second one. The first one was a magenta border. This is like a navy border. Next one is a turquoise. Next one is a turquoise, and this looks very charming too. So here is the pallu. Look at the pallu. Look at the muted zari, the oxidized zari as they say. And this one has bigger buttas and a very charming color combination. So this is how this particular sari looks like. Next one is an off-white with green. I really like this color. Very, very pretty. This one has broad borders on the top as well. And this is the pallu. Same concept, blouse piece with zari border on one side. And this particular sari looks like this. So here is your next sari. I think if you love saris, you need to have one of these natural color tussars, to show the silk, the finesse of the silk in its most natural form. And then the contrasting border. So here is your next sari. Now we're going to move on to the colored silks, the colored tussar silks. And the first one, I have 4 today to showcase. The first one is a grey, and it's a grey with a turquoise. So the grey with the turquoise, look at the pallu, and the grey with the turquoise looks like this. So here is your grey with turquoise. I think it looks very nice. The copper zari or the antique zari really stands out against this dark base. It's like your slate grey, and it's got this beautiful turquoise borders. The next one is a sage green. The next one is a sage green with a bottle green. Also very charming. It's not bottle green, it's like a black. It's a black. So here is a black with a sage green contrast. Look at this. And another charmer. Very, very, very pretty, understated sari. The next one is a mauve and turquoise combination. Look at this. Here is your mauve and turquoise, and very quickly I'm going to show you how the sari drapes like. So this is your mauve and turquoise, and this is how the sari drapes, and this is how this one drapes. Alright, a very, very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the Shobitam special trunk show, where we are showcasing very beautiful weaves, different textile art forms from across India. And we just finished showcasing some of the Banarsi tussar saris, and now we're going to move on to our Kanjivarams. So Kanjivarams it is next. Now, look at this. Absolute stunner, very opulent sari. Kanjivarams are all about colors, stunning zari work, contrasts, and this is a very premium, high quality sari brocade, and the buta in it is a very sought after one. It's become very popular, especially in the last 1 year. This is your Ganda Beruda, or your two-headed eagle, and look at how densely it's woven, and it comes with a cream corway border, and the borders are equal in width. And this is how this beautiful sari drapes. Now the sari just came in. Oh my god, it feels really good because the quality is really good. And here is the sari. Here is the sari. It's a beautiful maroon, rich maroon color, cream contrast, and a ganda bevinda brocade. So here is the first sari. The next sari is also a corway weave, and your Vanasingaram, or the beauty of the jungle, but woven into a patola design, like a patola grid. Look at the elephant and the peacock motifs on the border, and look closely at this. Look at all the animals that you have. You have like a flying horse, you have peacock, and because the color is so subtle, the zari work is very elegant. It just adds that little glow to that sari. So it's a light, very light pista green, corway weave again to give that real sharp, rich contrast. So it's your pista green with a plum contrast, and the sari looks like this when it is straight. So here is the sari when it is straight, and look at this zari, very rich zari pallu, and very beautiful, very premium quality hand woven pure silk sari. So all these saris are silk mark certified. We work closely. You know, a silk mark certification doesn't just mean giving a sticker or a barcode. We actually take this very seriously. We work closely with the Silk Mark Organization of India, and you know, our quality standards, especially of our pure silks, is very, very, very high. And these saris, the saris that I'm showing are handloom. Any saris that may be power loom will be shown as power loom. So you know, what you see is what you get. A hand woven sari will be labeled as a hand woven sari, so you can be assured of what you're getting. So here is the next sari. Now before we move on, one thing that I want to show you. Now all these handloom Kanjivaram saris, typically your Kanjivaram saris, are woven with very generous width. Look at this, it's coming all the way here. So not everyone is comfortable draping them because you know they feel like they bulk them. Many of you are very comfortable, some of you are not, especially if you're new to Kanjivarams. And the solution we have for you is our pre-stitched saris. So any sari that you purchase from us, some of you are very tall, some of you are, you know, have come in different heights, different body types, and you want saris that are pre-stitched because one, it just not just saves you time, but I feel it doesn't bulk you up, and you feel it's very convenient. A lot of you are actually opting for that. So we do have that option available if you are considering. So what we do is we take your height, we take your waist measurements, and then pre-drape a sari. So the pleats are pre-done, and all you have to do is wear it like a wraparound skirt and put the pallu on your shoulder. You're done in less than a minute. So we do have the pre-stitched sari option as well. So please do check out that as well. Alright, so moving on to more Kanjivaram, and oh, the same combination. So I'm going to show you the same combination, this time without a brocade. This is again your pista green. It's got beautiful paisleys. Look at the paisleys. Beautiful paisley and peacock motifs, and look at the very rich pallu. Very, very rich pallu. Very beautiful corway. It's the hallmark of a corway weave is the stunning contrast. And look at this. Very trendy color combination, and looks very nice. Very elegant. So here is your next sari. Now I'm going to show you a borderless Kanjivaram handloom sari. And look at this. Some of you, who are following us on social media, I wore a sari very similar to this. Actually, the exact same loom, same design. I wore a purple, a deep purple. This one is a peacock blue green. Look at the peacock blue and green dual tone, and look at this elegant silver and gold mandalas. And look at this. Very intricate work. Very, very intricate work. There's gold, there's silver, and they alternate. And it comes in a very nice pallu design. Look at the pallu in this, and it drapes very beautiful. It has this very rich contemporary element to it. So here is your very beautiful Kanjivaram borderless sari with your very big mandalas, very intricately woven. Take a close look again. So here is your next sari, and it comes with a plain self blouse piece. Another very beautiful Kanjivaram this one. You cannot go wrong with your off-white with your contrast. And you know what's the best part of this? The best part about this, look closely, is that this is a wide OC. This is your wide OC. Now because this is a light color, the gold zari yarn that's running across the body of the sari blends in perfectly and adds just a light shimmer. So when you're in daylight, when you're in evening lights, it will add that nice glow to the sari. So here is your next sari. Look at this and look at the beautiful contrast. It's got pink, it's got a green dual tone, and it's got orange. This is your Rudraksha motifs and your temple motifs. So very standout sari. And look at this pallu. And here is the sari when it is stripped. So these are saris that you can absolutely not do wrong. And this would look very classy with a full sleeves blouse, like a pink full sleeves blouse. So here is your very, very charming sari. Now next we're going to show you, some of you ask for Kanjivaram saris at a lower price point. You want the pure silks, but you want them at a lower price point. And what we have is, we have a few saris here today that are made on the power loom. So these are power loom saris, pure silk. They are 100% pure silk, but power loom, which keeps their price lower. And I'm going to show you a few of those as well. Here, this is a Kanjivaram sari. This is woven inspired by the Barangkat design, and it comes with deep copper zari. And here is the sari. So it's got these diagonal colors, very similar to the raw silk sari that I showed you. It's got a blue, a turquoise blue, and a deep cobalt blue, or actually a royal blue. And look at the rich copper zari. It adds that peachish, that pink tone to it, and adds contrast. And this is your blouse piece. So the blouse piece is a brocade one, and here is the sari. And we have the same sari in a different shade as well. We have it in a lighter shade, like a lavender color, lavender and pink. So here is the first sari. I'm going to show you 3 or 4 in this particular collection. So this sari is your Vanasingaram, or your beauty of the jungle. Actually, I'm going to, here is the sari. This is the sari that I was talking about. Your lavender and turquoise. Now here, this is a vermilion color sari, pure silk, power loom, and it's got this yali motifs, or the yali motifs. So it's the elephant, body of a lion, the tusk of an elephant. So it really combines the best of both animals. And here is the sari, and this is how this particular sari looks like. So it's vermilion, it's got these checks, it's got these zari buttas, and here is the sari. Now of course, those of you who are familiar, you can see the sari, recognize that it's a power loom. There are a lot of differences. People who are, sari collectors, who understand saris really well, they can see the sari and identify. And we want to be sure that, we are upfront in telling you what it is. We just want to make sure that the sari is accessible for those of you who require saris, who want saris, who want Kanjivarams in pure silk, but at a lower price point. So here is your next sari. Going back to our hand loom saris in Kanjivaram, this is an absolute stunner. It's perfect for your wedding events. It's perfect for very grand occasions. It's a bright red, like a blood red color. And it's got very ornate arches across the body, and it's got mehendi green meenakari on it. So look at this. Look at the green meenakari, and here is the sari. And let's take a look at the pallu. Very grand pallu. Like I said, it's perfect for a wedding sari or perfect for a very grand occasion. And this is how this particular sari looks like. And this is pure silk, pure handloom. Okay, another very charming handloom sari, this tissue sari. Look at this tissue sari, and it's a very nice blush pink, very soft pink shade. Again, perfect for your special occasions. And look at this. It's got the best of your Kanjivaram. It's got that modern element to it. It's inspired by the beautiful Banarsi jal, so it's got a very nice novel touch to it. At the same time, it retains all the classic elements that you would expect from a Kanjivaram. So very beautiful sari. This is the one. Okay, I'm going to show you one more beautiful Kanjivaram, and then we're going to move on to our Upada silks. So here is the next sari. Look at this stunner. It's an ink color. So your ink color is basically your blue purple shade, and it's got a copper zari to it. Very nice buttas. Look at the copper buttas on it. They're like shimmering, literally shimmering like stars. And look at the contemporary border. It's got a small line here, it's got a broad line here, and in between it's got these buttas. So here is your next sari, and on the website you'll see additional pictures, prices and other details, and the codes are being posted. So here is your next sari. So we're just wrapping up. Okay, some of you ask for 9-yard saris. 9-yard saris for wedding, for religious occasions. You know, you like to wear them, you know, in the Maharashtrian style, in the Iyer style, Iyengar style, and we do have the capability to pre-stitch those saris as well. A lot of you have asked for it, we made it happen. So I just want to show you one sari, one 9-yard sari. This is like a lovely mustard, very, very, very pretty mustard with a purple border. It's got very nice buttas on it and equal width borders. So here is your next very charming sari, and you know, with these 9 yards, you have the pallu in the front, and look at this zari drenched, beautiful pallu. So a very gorgeous pure silk sari, and look at this, very charming color combination. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our Upada saris. Okay, so I'm going to show you just a few. We've actually released quite a few. So the first sari, now all these saris are woven in this small town, namesake town, and these are all 100% handloom. This is pure silk cotton tissue sari. So it's got pure silk, this is pure cotton, silk and tissue in it. And this is such a charmer, it really stands out. It's a copper tissue sari with a thin black selvage. And here is your sari, very lightweight. Actually a single layer is very lightweight, look at this. Very beautiful sari, 100% handloom, and you know, as soon as you see the sari, you recognize that it's a handloom beauty. So here is the sari. And this is the bottom side border. Next is something very interesting. It's a pure silk Upada weave. And you know what's interesting about it? You will see it when I actually open the sari. It looks purple. Actually, it's a surprise for me too. So look at this. So the first part of the sari is this off-white, and this is pure silk, 100% pure silk. There's no cotton mix. Look at the sheen of it. You know, just by looking at it, you know, pure silk handloom. So the first part of the sari is green. Then the pleats part is black, and then the top, the part that drapes over your shoulder, is purple, and the pallu and blouse piece are this chartreuse color. So it's got 4 colors in one. So white in the beginning, black for the pleats, purple for the shoulder, chartreuse for the pallu and blouse piece. So, you know, think of it when you wear it, it's really going to stand out. So here is the next sari in 4 beautiful colors. This is a pure Upada handloom sari in pure silk. Same concept, different color combination. So it begins with the same off-white. So your sari begins with off-white, then you pleat the black part. So the black part comes in the center. It's very interesting. And then the part that goes around and drapes over your shoulder is this vibrant blue. Look at this blue. And then a very, very loud, happy chartreuse pallu and a chartreuse plain blouse piece. So there is absolutely no zari on it, but the play of colors does the talking and gives it a very statement look. So here is the next sari. Going back to our traditional designs in Upada. Now this is a charmer. It's your onion peach color. It's got a light tissue to it, gold and silver buttas and red borders. And let's take a look at how the sari looks when it is draped. So this is your beautiful pallu. This is 100% handloom sari. Pure, all these saris, all the uppada saris that I'm showing you are pure handloom. Look at this. Your onion pink and gold and silver buttas. Red. I think the color combination really stands out. I like the gradient from the onion pink to the red to the gold with a thin line of silver. So very magical. So here is your next sari. Okay. The next one is a black. Who doesn't like black? And why not? Because it's got these tilak shaped buttas in gold and silver. The top side is just a gold band, and then the bottom has this beautiful ikat weave. Look at this. And this one is pure silk. It's not your silk cotton. This one is pure silk. And look at the ikat geometric weave in the bottom. And here is the sari. Very pretty sari. Very colorful. Even though it's black, it's very colorful because the contrast is very strong and looks very different. So here is your next sari. I'm going to show you one more uppada weave, and then we're going to move on to our Sambalpuri ikats. So look at this. This is your silk sari. Look at this. Beautiful silk cotton. Mustard, a deep mustard with meenakari gold and silver buttas and a purple. Like, this is your classic sari. This is your classic sari. There's nothing extra to it, but it's the color combination that really stands out. You would have seen me a couple trunk shows back in the same combination. So it's your beautiful mustard gold with a purple. So here is your next sari. And all of these come with contrasting blouse pieces. Now we're going to move on to our ikat silks. Again, a very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. We have a very special trunk show today. After this trunk show, we're going to take a little bit of a break. So, if you have any favorites, make use of the special sale, the trunk show sale, and the code that you can use for today is gratitude. So gratitude is the code that you can use for today to avail a special discount. Next slide. Now, before we move on to our ikats, I want to take the time to talk about our kalamkaris. Now, all the kalamkaris that you see, including the one that I'm wearing, are actually designed by us. So you will not find these saris anywhere else. Every sari is made only once. And this is very beautiful because it's your sari that has a blue in the bottom. So it's got blue florals in the bottom, and the top, the part that actually drapes over your shoulder, is a Ramayana theme. And the colors are, very nice. This is like a Prussian blue, and this is like a muted pink. And look closely. It's got all the Ramayana scenes in panels. So, and this is a very classic pallu of Sita Rama coronation. Look at this. And a dazzling Kanjivaram pallu. So this is your pure Kanjivaram silk sari, and it drapes, very royally. So it gives it that very, very, very royal look, and very statement-like. So very beautiful. They have done very thoughtfully. We put in a lot of effort to think about the colors, the patterns, and how the final look is going to come out. So here is the sari. And on the side note, I want to show you this very, very, very popular sari. Now, if you are there on social media, you probably know of this Namrata. Her social media handle is called the Temple Girl, and she wore this beautiful sari, a Shobitam sari, with your Dashavataram. She wore this exact sari, and we've designed this again because so many of you asked for it. Normally we would not. And this is your Dashavataram, also in a pure silk Kanjivaram. This is your pure silk Kanjivaram with purple borders. And look at the 10 incarnations of Vishnu. So the top of the sari comes with these beautiful colors. It's also got small lotus reticulas on the body. A very rich pallu. And look at this. Look at Narshima, look at Varaha, and look at this Matsya avatar. So very beautiful sari. And of course the first part of the sari. So typically when we have God motifs, we make sure that you don't have God motifs close to your feet. So that's why the lower part of the sari is usually florals, and then the top of the sari, after the pleats area, we have these beautiful motifs. So this is the bottom part with florals, and then the top has this beautiful Shobitam. And these come with contrasting blouse pieces. Now we're going to move on to our ikats. And I'm going to show you 4 very beautiful ikat saris. Saris that we've not showcased before. So here's the first one. Look at this. Have you seen anything like this? It's a beautiful ombre. One trunk show we showed you 14 different colors, right? 14 different colors in Banarsi. This is a 3-color ombre. And it's not an ombre dye, it's an ombre weave. Sambalpuri ikat sari. From a turquoise to a blue to a deeper blue, and then it has these temple border resham weave, and here is the pallu. So when you wear, and the beauty of Sambalpuri saris are, they're very light, and a single layer drapes very effortlessly. So they're very easy to do the pleats. So here is the sari. So from a blue, from a turquoise to a darker blue to a navy color, and here is the standout color. And these are again pure silk, pure hand. Look at this beauty. It is your fish design, and look at this, very different fish design. So it looks like a geometric motif, but look closely at it. Look at this, it's 5 fish coming together. Look at this. And here, let's zoom out. And here is how this particular sari looks like. So here is the dazzling pallu, and here is the sari. So here is. When you zoom out, like I said, it looks like a geometric weave, but let's zoom in and you'll see the finer details. And the beauty of ikats is weavers have to think what the placement of the motifs will be after they are woven. So they dye it very, very, very precisely. And here is the sari. The color is very charming. So this is your Asian blue color with a maroon contrast. And here is the pallu. Very lovely contrast. So here is the next sari. Okay, the next one is equally interesting. Look at this. So the 3 saris that I showed you today are all shades of blue, and look at this very charming sari. Doesn't it look like a print? It's not. It's a weave, and it's your ikat weave. Look at this. So it's got a nice lotus, and then beautiful lotus pods, buds, and the color is very charming. So here is the sari when it is draped, and this is the pallu. This is the pallu. So very simple yet very charming sari. I'm going to show you one more, and then we're going to move on to our other very pretty saris. Take a look at this black. Black has its own charm, especially when it comes in stunning contrasts. Look at this, and look at the pallu. So here is the standout pallu. Look at this. Imagine wearing this sari. Really standout pallu. Body of the sari, pallu, and here is your blouse piece. Again, pure silk, hand, and very lightweight sari. Okay, so I'm going to show you one Banarasi, and then we're going to move on. One Banarasi Tussar Georgette, and then we're going to move on to a few other Banarsis. Very interesting collection. So here is a lovely purple, a beautiful purple, and then look at this. I really loved it. It was like love at first sight. So look at this. Truly beautiful sari. I love the buttas, and like I said, it's like love at first sight. And large florals, peanut patty, there's pink, there's green, there's mustard, there's mauve, and very minimal borders in silver zari. So, and the rest of the sari that's tucked in is like this. So very beautiful sari. In fact, I was debating to wear between this kalamkari and this. So here is a very beautiful sari. And the only reason why I did not wear this was because I didn't have a blouse for this. So here is the next sari. Okay. So very quickly, I want to show our most popular category when it comes to Banarsis. And these are our contrast border rattan silks. You know, it's just your basic Banarsi pure silk, handloom zari and vivid contrast, very vivid contrast that make these saris stand out. And of course the shimmer of the zari, the sheen of the silk and the magic of the handloom. So it's a vibrant chartreuse with a rani pink contrast. So here is the first sari. I'm going to quickly breeze through this collection. The next is a green purple dual tone. This one has meenakari, shot with borders on both sides, and look at the dual tone magic, very charming dual tone magic. And here is the sari, and this is the dazzling pallu, also in meenakari. Now the blouse pieces are always contrasting in this. So here is your next sari. I'm going to show you 5 more in this particular collection. This is your frost mustard. So it's mustard with a frost dual tone to it with a teal, a green teal contrast. And this particular sari has small buttas and it looks like this. A lot of you ask for small border saris. For those of you looking for that, here is this sari. The next is a very nice light shade sari and a dual tone again. Look at the dual tone. It's a blue and a grey. So grey and blue, and it looks very nice. So when the dual tones are actually very close to each other, it looks very different, it looks very unique. So here is the next sari. Look how elegant it looks, and it comes with this light teal, like a lagoon blue color contrast. So here is the next sari. 3 more, like I said. This is a bottle green, a beautiful bottle green, and nice buttas, rose borders, rose flower borders on both sides. And it comes with a self-color blouse piece. This is your kerchief border, as they say. And then here is the sari. It looks like this when it is free. So here is your next sari. Moving on to another light shade sari this time. And this is a light pista. It's like a pista, frost tone pista, and pink. Look at this pink, a rose pink contrast, and this sari drapes like this. So the sari drapes like this. Isn't it pretty? Pretty, very novel. Both colors are very light sari and beautiful zari look and see. So here is your next sari. Okay, so I'm going to show you 4 more Banarsis, and then we're going to move on to our another collection, which is your semi-tanchuri saris that have just come in, and then we have saris from you. Okay, so we have another 20 saris for show. So to show, and we're going to do our Kora Banarsis now. Look at this beautiful magenta Kora Banarsi sari with antique zari. Kora is the Indian name for your pure silk organza. And you know, I showed you the Kora saris, the organza saris with floral digital print. These are the more traditional, more timeless pieces. And look at this beautiful magenta with your antique more zari. The beautiful white border in the bottom and very crisp buttas, kadwa buttas on the body to give that nice embossed look. And here is the sari. Very pretty, very effortlessly charming. So here is the sari. It comes with the same color blouse piece. I'm just going to show you, we have like a full collection. I'm just going to show you a few colors that stood out. The next one is a navy blue. This one has smaller buttas compared to the previous one. And look at this antique zari that stands out on this. Now Kora is semi-sheer. So this is the fabric. And because it's pure silk Kora derived from pure silk, It has a very nice property which doesn't stand. It drapes very beautifully around you. So here is the next sari, and this is how it looks. So very quickly, the next one is an amethyst color, a dark amethyst color, borderless pattern, or actually distinctly placed Buddhas, silver and gold. So the silver and the gold, they alternate. It's got the span Buddha, and look at how lightweight the fabric is. It's like 450 grams at the most, and a single layer looks like this. So here is the next sari. So here is the sari. Very effortlessly charming. Koras are charmers. The next one is a coffee color, actually a rich garnet color. It's a garnet color because it's got this combination of maroon and a red tinge to it, a plum red tinge to it. This one has gold zari, not the bright gold, but a beautiful gold, and a single color looks very, single layer looks very charming. Look at this. Look at this. Very pretty garnet color sari with your jewelry booties, small jewelry booties, and this is the border. The Buddhas are denser on top in the more prominent parts, and then they are spread out as you go deeper inside. Two more saris in this collection. The next two are tissue, your Kora tissue saris, Banarsi handloom weaves. Now this one is a gold tissue sari, and it's got this three colors very border. There's red, there's yellow, like a moss yellow, and there's a pink. Look closely. And this is tissue. Look at the very elegant sheen of the tissue. Very small Buddhas, and I'm not going to open the sari because tissues are very sensitive. So I'm just going to show you without opening it how the sari looks. So it looks very nice. Vidya Balan, our brand ambassador, had worn a golden sari that was all gold. It looked very charming. It's a color that adds a lot of nice aura to you, and this one has a contrast. So obviously, you cannot go wrong with it. So here is your next sari. One more Kora sari. And this is your mehendi green Kora tissue. This is your Kora tissue. The pink that you see is silk, and the green that you see is your tissue. So, and I personally love this color combination. I own one of these. If you're following us on social media, you would have seen me in the sari. Very similar. Mine has smaller, bigger Buddhas, a slightly different pattern. But look at this. There's pink, you see pink tissue, you see the green, and look at the lace border that's attached. And this is just one sari that I'm showcasing. We have a full collection on this. So here is your next sari. Now we're going to show you a mixed bag, 3 saris from Bengal, and then we're going to show you 3 very different saris, and we're going to wrap up today's show with our semi Tanjori saris, which are very stunning, by the way. So this next sari is your Madhubani from Bihar, and look at this beautiful Madhubani sari on pure tussar silk. Look at this beautiful tussar silk sari. It has a very nice sheen to it, and it's a monocolor Madhubani work. So Madhubani has this beauty of brush strokes on it. So the coloring, the shading that happens purely with your strokes. And look at this beautiful tree. Two women under it, and look at the border. It's a very lightweight fabric, very lightweight fabric, pure silk tussar, and here is the sari. This would look very classy with a full sleeves black blouse. Next sari from Bengal is this very popular tiki work saris, and we have them in 3 flavors. You really love the saris. They always fly. We have them in 3 flavors. One is your mull cotton version, the other is the tissue version, and then we also have the organza version, the synthetic organza version. And these have these tiki work that adds a quirky charm to it, and it's finished with these playful tassels. Look at this. And this is a lovely lilac color, a lovely lilac tissue sari with golden tiki work, hand stitched, and the playful tassels. So here is the next sari, and this is just a sample. We have a full collection. So if you just search for tiki, you will get these sarees. Now the next saree is very beautiful. It's your batik work that is practiced extensively in Bengal, and it's a tussar silk saree. Your lightweight tussar silk. What really stands out? Now here is the body. It's got this peacock leaf motifs, and what really stands out is this stunning Krishna playing the flute. Look at this gorgeous pallu. Very, very beautiful, and the bases are black, so the design really stands out. And here is your next saree. Moving on to something very different. Beautiful sarees from Kutch. This is from Gujarat. It's your Georgette saree. It feels very nice, very tactile, and it's your pure silk Georgette saree with bandhani, and it's your sarkam bandhani. Now this is bandhani in its most raw form, and I wanted to show it to you this way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll press the beginning of the saree to give you the length. See, right now it's only this much, so it has to be stretched to give you the length to drape. It may be a few inches shorter than your regular sarees because the bandhani work tends to scratch the saree, and that's very typical. It's very characteristic. It's not a defect. So this is the saree, this is the pleats part, and the top of the saree that goes over your shoulder is this. We're going to leave this intact to give you that texture and the way it's going to drape around you. And here is the pallu. And we have them in a few beautiful colors. I just wanted to show you one small sample set. Now on hand painted sarees, you know, today's show is about not just weaves, but I said the different textile art forms. And a few trunk shows back I showed you our kolam saree. Now here is a beautiful pitch white design, and we do have very beautiful hand painted sarees. Look at the blue lotus. Look at the blue lotus, the blue tassels, and the top of the saree, you know, the front of the saree, it has this lotus motif, and the rest of the saree has these pitch white blue lotus motifs. And this is a dusty mauve shade, and the fabric is Georgette. So it flows really well, drapes very nicely. Let me show you how this looks. So here is the saree, and like I said, we have hand painted sarees in so many beautiful colors. Truly a piece of art. Our silk cottons are also very popular, and I wanted to showcase one. This particular one really caught my attention. It's a bubblegum pink saree, bubblegum pink pure silk cotton handloom saree, and it's got these are Kanchi silk cottons. They have the sheen of the silk. You can see the sheen of the silk. They have the breathability of cotton. They're very thin, and the zari detailing and the handloom charm. So here is the saree, and this is just one sample. We have many more on our website. So we're going to wrap up today's show with the semi-tanchori sarees, and I'm going to show you a small sample, 5 sarees in 5 colors, 5 flavors. Now these sarees mimic your pure silk tanchori sarees, but the fabric is your art silk base, and here is the pallu. This is the body. Look at the dual tone. And look at the saree. It looks very nice, very rich, and comes in a budget. And like I said, at Shobitam, we are all about, you know, what you see is what you get. We call a spade, and this is a semi saree for those of you who are looking for sarees on a budget. So here is the mustard saree with your tanchori design and a beautiful mustard shade. The next one is a black. The next one is a beautiful black, and look at the borders. It's got the green and pink jal on it. Look at this. And here is the pallu. This is the pallu. And very pretty saree. Look at this. Now these semi sarees are woven on the power loom. They're not pure silk. Here is your next saree. And it's a very premium version. So, you know, it's very hard to tell the difference for many people between this and a pure silk, but it is woven on a power loom, and the fabric is not pure silk. 2 more. The next one is a lovely rani pink with a mustard contrast, And here is how this beautiful sari drapes like. So here is your next sari. Now all the saris, the kanchori saris that I showed you, the semi-kanchori saris that I showed you are saris with this resham zari borders. So here is the next sari and here is the one. Last sari of today. This is the last sari of today's trunk show. It's a Rama green with a very nice dual tone. There's pink, there's mustard, and there's silver meena. So all the 4 saris that I showed you had zari meena on them. The meena here, these are the zari meena. The meena is cut, they are trimmed, and here is the next sari in a beautiful Rama green dual tone. And if you're looking for silver, now silver is this beautiful precious metal that has appreciated so much. It's appreciated so much this year, you know. Prices are skyrocketing, the prices are still going up, so it's never too late to buy because it's only going to go up. And what I'm wearing today is one of our bestseller silver necklaces, the 3-layer ones here, the 3-layer red necklace. And it's a bestseller for the right reason. It looks very nice, it fills your neck very elegantly, it's not overbearing. And here is a sari. We do have many beautiful silver jewelry pieces, more than 1,000 of them. So if you go to shobitam.com/silver, you'll see all these beautiful pieces. Now here is your jhumka. An Indian jewelry chest is not complete without a jhumka, and this is a 92.5 silver. Just wanted to give you a feel, a perspective of what it looks like. They look just like your gold jewelry because they're made by the same karigars who make your gold jewelry, and it's stone studded and very beautifully done. And like I said, it's a precious metal as well, so it will always not just hold value but also rise. So here is your next beautiful piece. And for those of you from the US, why not? Because all Shobitam orders are delivered in the US tariff free. So you do not have to worry about paying additional. What you see on the website are the final prices. No hidden fees, no tariffs. So, you know, there's one less thing to worry about when you shop with Shobitam. And then if you have any questions, any feedback, collections that you want to see us carry, please do reach out to us through our social media handles, through WhatsApp, through email. We are here to hear you out. So on that note, I want to wrap up today's show. I also want to thank our team. Our team works very hard. It's not easy to put so many products together. You know, we've been doing trunk shows every week, you know, since before Navratri started. So for the last 2 months, we've been doing trunk shows every week. It's not easy to put so many products together. So I really thank our team, and special thanks to Prashant and Prabhu who are here helping me out. And on that note, huge thanks to everyone who's watching and who logged in today. And the code for today is gratitude. The code for today is gratitude. We're going to type that as well. And on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off. Like I said, you know, make the most of this particular trunk show sale because we do not have one next week. We are taking a break as well, so there is no trunk show next week or the week after. So please do make the best use of this trunk show sale. And I will see you in a few weeks. Until then, it's me signing off.